Yeah, good day students. See, in the previous video we have seen totally 8 properties. Now here come the continuity of properties of normal distribution. Now I have given here property number 9. Look at here carefully. If Q1 and Q3, see what is Q1? First quartile or the lower quartile also we can call, and Q3 upper quartile are given. So generally in a normal distribution, when lower and upper quartiles are given, how to calculate the mean, median and the mode? So mean, median, mode, what is the formula when Q1, Q3 are given? Q1 plus Q3 divided by 2. Just you are calculating the average. That's it. So see, this property number 9, generally it is not mentioned in the textbook, but in earlier in the earlier syllabus, before removing some of the concepts and adding up some of the concepts, earlier this property was there. Just for knowledge purpose I have written, if Q1 and Q3 are given, then mean, median, mode becomes the average of both lower and upper quartiles, that is Q1 plus Q3 by 2 if Q1 and Q3 are given. And look at the 10th property. The quartiles Q1 and Q3 are equidistant from median. So this property already we have seen in the first year concept, if you remember. Symmetrical curve where the Q1, Q3 are equidistant from the median. Median, what is the median? Q2. The second quartile is a median. So the Q1 and Q3 from the median both are equidistant in a normal curve. So from median to Q1, from median to Q3, the distance covered from median to Q1 and Q3, they are equal. That means they are equidistant. Now what are they given by? Q1 value mu minus 0.6745 sigma. Sir, what is this value 0.6745 sigma? Students, do you remember quartile deviation formula I have given as like property number 5, I suppose, if I remember. Property number 5, standard deviation sigma, quartile deviation 2 by 3 sigma, and mean deviation 4 by 5 sigma. That 2 by 3 sigma is nothing but the distance covered from median to lower and median to upper quartile, my dear. Remember. So 2 by 3 sigma, what is the meaning of, what is the value of 2 by 3? If you calculate 0.6745 only, you will be getting it. Right? Isn't it? So mu1, Q1 left side in a normal curve, like look at the curve there, Q1, Q2, Q3. So the median, it is equidistant from Q1 as well as Q3, right? The Q1 and Q3 quartiles are equidistant from the median. Now the equidistant mu minus 2 by 3 sigma area covered for Q1 and Q3 mu plus 0.6745 sigma covered for Q3. So both the values are same, only plus or minus difference, because the left side area is 0 to minus infinity values, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4 and up to minus infinity. The left side from the origin in a normal curve, and right side 1, 2, 3, 4 up to positive infinity, right? So that is right side. So towards your right, those all are 0 to infinity values. Towards your left, those all are 0 to minus infinity values. Remember. So here Q1 and Q3 are equidistant from the median Q2. So what are the formula? Q1 mu minus 2 by 3 sigma covered, and Q3 mu plus 2 by 3 sigma covered. So these are the two properties. Continuity of property number 8. So by this, totally 10 properties I have given. I think you are maintaining the notes. Clear? So totally 10 properties. So let us see two more properties from normal distribution. Now look at the next property, property number 11. The total area under the normal curve is always equals to 1. See, at the right side I have drawn the normal curve. Generally in a normal curve, where the one value lies, plus or minus 3 sigma limits, isn't it? Initially in the normal curve, probability curve I have shown you. The probability of getting equals to 1 between minus 3 to plus 3 sigma, right? And then the area covered plus or minus 3 sigma is 99%, nothing but 0.9999, approximately equals to 1. So in a normal curve, when it is exactly the total area is equals to 1, then what does it mean from 0 to infinity? 0.5, and 0 to minus infinity also 0.5. Now together, what is the total area from minus to plus infinity? It is 1. The total area under the normal curve is always equals to 1. Fine. So this is property number 11. Now the very important property, area property of normal curve. So area properties, we can say they are very important children. So total area is equals to 1. Now that 1 is also within plus or minus 3 sigma, we said, right? Plus or minus 3 sigma limits, the total area is 99%. Now area properties we shall see. Now look at this, area properties. So in a normal curve, initially the probability curve I have drawn you. You might be having that curve, right? So in that normal curve, mu minus sigma, mu plus sigma, that means plus or minus 1 sigma. So I can take here plus or minus 1 sigma. The value, how much you will get, the area in a normal distribution, 0.6826. Approximately 68% area is covered between plus or minus 1 sigma limits. See, sir, how come that 0.6826? Yes, in the further videos I am going to prove all these three. Remember, so we have certainly the proof of all these three area properties. In the coming days, in the coming videos, I am going to explain individually all these three area properties. Remember, so mu minus 1 sigma less than x less than mu plus 1 sigma. So plus or minus 1 sigma, the area under normal curve is 68% area is covered between plus or minus 1 sigma. Now 95% is covered between plus or minus 2 sigma, and 99.7, approximately 100, because that is the reason down I have given you 1 point. Beyond that plus or minus 3 sigma limits, hardly we have 0.3%, which we need not bother. We are least bother about that beyond plus or minus 0.3 somewhere, because already 99.7 in the sense 100 only it has approximately. So the total area under the normal curve 0.9974 in terms of number, if you write, what it will become? So this will become 1, right? What is the total area under the normal curve? 1. So that 1 lies between which limits? Plus or minus 3 sigma limits. So remember, these three properties are very important. Even 5 mark problems also they may ask. So later I am going to prove all these three properties. So with this I am going to end the properties of normal distribution. Totally how many properties I have given? Property number 1, it is a bell-shaped curve. The probability curve of a normal distribution is a bell-shaped curve. Property number 2, the normal distribution, the normal curve is a symmetrical about the mean. Here symmetrical means the mean median mode coincide at mu, and at the same time symmetrical, what is the value of beta 1? 0. Very important, beta 1 0. In a normal curve, if the normal curve is symmetrical, what is the value of beta 1? They'll ask 1 mark question. You need to write 0. Just by writing 0 you get 1 mark, remember. If you don't write 0 you will lose 1 mark. Here reverse. If you don't write 0 you won't get mark. If you write 0 you get a mark. So remember that one. And the third property is, and it is the distribution is a mesocurtic distribution. Remember, it is a mesocurtic distribution and it has only a single mode. That's why it is called as a unimodal. In a normal distribution we have unimodal, single mode, one mode we have. That is property number 3 or 4, like ups and downs you just see. And it is a mesocurtic curve. Mesocurtic, kurtosis concept. Mesocurtic means almost a normal curve, symmetrical curve. So in a normal curve, what is the value of beta 2? Exactly equals to 3. There also you must observe 3, and here also plus or minus 3 sigma. The total area is 1. I mean 99.7%. The total area is 1 at plus or minus 3 sigma. There also in the mesocurtic, beta 2 value is exactly 3. This way you just connecting it each other. Next, property number 5. For a normal distribution, standard deviation sigma, total deviation 2 by 3 sigma. 2 by 3 sigma is nothing but 0.6745 area. Remember. And then mean deviation is 4 by 5 sigma. Next, property number 6. The area, the curve is asymptotic to x-axis. What does it mean? It's almost the curve nearer to x-axis, but it never touches it. That is the meaning called asymptotic. Next, property number 7. The curve has points of inflection at mu minus sigma and mu plus sigma. Inflection points where the curvature take place. The curve I have shown you. Just look at the previous video. And property number 8. The odd order moments will always be 0 in a normal distribution because the curve is a symmetrical curve. Symmetrical means where the mean median mode coincide at origin, 0. So that's why the odd order moments are always 0. Now even order moments, mu 2r equals to 2r minus 1 into sigma power of 2r. That is a formula where r equals to 1, 2, 3 and so on. Next, property number 9. Actually that property is not given, just for knowledge sake, knowledge purpose I have given you. Where q1, q3 quartiles are given. What is the value of mean median mode? The average between lower and upper quartile, q1 plus q3 by 2, which will not be found in your textbook, but remember. Next, the quartiles q1 and q2 are equidistant from the median. Median, what is the median in quartile? q2. From q2, the q1 and the q3 area is almost equal. They are equidistant in a symmetrical. And they are given by formula. Two formula I have given. q1 equals to mu minus 0.6745 sigma. Weight that 6.45. 2 by 3 sigma. Quartile deviation area. And q3 mu plus 0.6745 sigma. And property number 11. The total area under the normal curve is equals to 1. So from minus to plus infinity in a normal curve, 0 to infinity value is 0.5 and 0 to minus infinity value is 0.5 and minus to plus infinity the total area under the curve is 1. And then at last but not least, area properties. Plus or minus 1 sigma covered in a normal curve, area is 68% covered. This can be proved later. I will show definitely. And plus or minus 2 sigma, 95% area is covered. and then plus or minus 3 sigma, 99.7% is covered, approximately 100, but beyond that little 0.3 something percentage which will never bother. Clear? So we can consider it as total only. 99.7 is nothing but 100%, and 0.9974 is nothing but approximately 1, the total area. That's why the normal curve always lies between the total area plus or minus 3 sigma, which is 99.7%, approximately 100, and we can convert in fraction, that is 1. So these are all the properties of normal distribution. I hope I am very clear about all the properties of normal distribution. So properties are very, very important, students. So totally we have 11 plus 3 set of area properties, around 14 properties we have. So carefully you observe. Sometimes these properties may be asked for 5 marks, writing 5 properties of normal distribution, or sometimes 1 mark, 2 mark problems also they may ask, like just giving property number 5, standard deviation value, find out QD and MD, I mean quartile deviation and mean deviation, 2/3 and 4/5 sigma. Or mu and sigma values are given, find out Q1 and Q3 upper quartiles. That is one way of solving. Or Q1 and Q3 values will be given directly, you need to find out mean, median, mode, property number 9. Or the 5 mark problems, area properties, proof. How come plus or minus 1 sigma 68 and plus or minus 2 sigma 95 and plus or minus 3 sigma 99%. So with this I am going to wind up the properties of normal distribution. I hope I am very, very clear, and even the video is also very good clarity this time. This I would have been tried earlier, but I mean it's not late. For the very important concept only I have brought this marker board and then chalkboard. So I hope you are very clearly observing the video, and my voice is, of course, it is very much audible. I hope I am very, very clear about the concept of normal distribution. Do you guys remember the PDF? F of x equals to 1 by sigma root 2 pi into exponential e power of minus 1 by 2 bracket x minus mu by sigma whole square. Do you remember that PDF? Yes. But while solving the normal distribution problem, that PDF may not, I mean in the degree level, graduation level, that might be used, but for your PU level we need not use that PDF to solve normal distribution. No need to scare by seeing such a big PDF so far. Fine. Just there is one more formula which we are going to use, that is standard normal variate. We can say it as in a short form SNV. So that is our next concept. And another thing, in the WhatsApp I have shared you normal tables. Those who are having textbook, at the end of your textbook, I mean behind back pages, you have some set of log, anti-log, Poisson values, binomial values, and then normal values, minus z to infinity plus z to infinity. Front and back pages we have around 400 and odd something the page number is. Those tables are very, very important while solving normal distribution problem. So I'll show you what kind of tables they are. So these are the tables. Area under the normal curve. These tables are very, very important. So you must keep these tables, and here and even this also, both the tables. PDF format I have sent you in WhatsApp. Please, at the time of solving the problems, keep these tables ready. Without these tables we cannot solve normal distribution. So I hope everybody has reached I mean, everyone has taken this print, or else if you have textbook, you can use these tables while solving. Without these normal tables, we cannot calculate normal distribution. So that is the reason, well in advance, we have sent you the PDF of normal distribution tables. So we shall meet in the next video. Thank you.